Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fallout 4, where, we're taking the advice and we have gone to speak to the guys at the railroad. See if they can help with the corsair chip.
It reads more like a comic book. Apparently, one hell of a fight took place at Green Tech Genetics.
Oh?
What have you heard?
One of our agents took a corsair, alone. Something I'm not even sure Glory could do. And that agent is you. I'm all for one less corsair in the world, but why'd you do it?
Let's be honest with her.
I needed a corsair chip. I need the code on it.
You have one of their chips intact? Follow me now.
Oh, okay.
Coding a corsair chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong. The least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Who?
Hey, you need some?
Oh, Tinker.
We got a corsair chip.
Oh, for real? Oh man, it's been ages. There's more going on than you know. Trust me.
You've hit the jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
What can we get off the corsair chip?
Those chips have more than just codes on them. Everything from how it's made to what it's made from tells us something about our enemy. One minor detail could mean the difference between life and death for our agents and the synth we're trying to save. Now hand it over and let's get it analyzed.
I'm gonna trust her.
Here you go.
All right, Tom, make it happen.
Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you.
Desdemona.
We're
Give
in.
Tom.
Chip access.
He'll get that chip.
Just poke the analog connector.
Oh.
What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be. Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you institute bastard. I got you. Software in. Come on. Show me that sequence. Yeah, we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Nice one.
I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
Hey,
What, you got something to say?
your thoughts?
There's a story here. We'll find it.
Your thoughts?
Most folks are just looking for a hand. All we gotta do is offer.
Yeah?
Your thoughts?
I'd rather know an ugly truth than a sweet lie.
Oh, nothing.
Sure.
I thought we should actually have some, interesting stuff to say.
Caretaker used to work HQ. After switchboard, well, I'm hoping running your safe house will be good for both.
Virgil. Oh yeah, he's the one living out in the nuclear wastes. The super mutant scientist.
Wanna get out of here? I don't think we'd make pretty goals.
In a minute. We'll go speak to someone first. Virgil.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
Yes.
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a corsair. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
I've made some friends in the Commonwealth.
Better you than me.
Yeah.
Face like this, I'm not gonna make too many friends. You're not the only one who's
You'd be
busy.
welcome at
I
Sanctuary.
did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you.
Oh.
Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the
Okay.
craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on
Seriously?
harmonic
We've been listening to that
frequencies.
since day
You've been
one.
hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
Bioscience? Advanced systems?
Divisions within the Institute. Specialized groups working on various projects. It'll make sense later. But if you can build this device and make use of that code, you should be able to override the signal from the Institute's relay. Can you? I mean, can you build it? You have people that can help. This is a lot for one person, even you.
Yeah, I've got
I
it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to make it in there. For both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on.
Doing my best, mate.
Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
I think we found a new frontier of foul.
Piper, be nice.
Hey,
You hungry? These always keep me going.
your thoughts?
Doing the right thing rarely makes you popular. But I don't think I could live with myself otherwise.
That was all I had.
All right.
Alright, let's get going. Head out to the glowing sea, go and speak to the Minutemen. Oh, for God's sake, the happiness has gone down again. Why? Something's seriously wrong with my cam, because my happiness was at 84%. And then now for some reason it keeps dropping and dropping and dropping. It's almost as if they're unassigning themselves from stuff. If we get there and we find that there's no food, then we know that they're unassigning themselves. Because before I started recording, I made sure that everyone was assigned to stuff. It's not the food, it's not the water, it's not the defences, and it's not the beds. Whoa!
the realm of possibility.
Right, where's Preston? On top of the roof. Why is he always on? Why is everyone on top of the roofs?
Hey, what do you need, General? Can you take a look at these schematics? A scientist named Virgil said they could get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them.
We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? Wow. That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build or fix. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
He's 68% happiness, and I just can't understand why. It's... We've got 2 surgery clinics that aren't manned. Command.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you
Can you
think
build it?
you can build this?
Wow. What a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real.
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, he gets started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is going to take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
So obviously we won't be able to build it here. There we go. Stop going down now. Hopefully it'll stop going up. What would it be on special? Build the refractor platform. Right, so I actually have to go to the bench to do it. I can't just do it for the workshop. Okay. There we go. Trying to find somewhere to put it. Around the side here. Here. Are you kidding me? Come on. Sturgis. Come on, man, why'd you have to be all the way over here? There we go.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yes.
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need.
I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Can you explain how this thing is actually gonna work?
Let me break it down for you. There's 4 main parts to this thing. 1, a control console to input the code and process the signal.
Yes,
2,
fair enough.
what he calls a relay dish. That's what intercepts the teleporter signal. 3, a molecular beam emitter. It's pretty technical here, but looks like this is what translates your matter into energy for transmission. 4, the stabilized reflector platform that you already built. That's what concentrates and reflects the molecular beam.
One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other.
I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
It shouldn't be too hard. I'm just hoping it doesn't act the other way and the Institute can start teleporting in here. I'm at 68. Still at 68. Okay. So it's just there's a trophy for getting 100% happiness. So I want to try and get that. Ah, here we go. Done that. Built the beam emitter. Ah, there we go.
This won't work without power.
There we go.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
You want to
Shouldn't
test
we
it first?
Test it first?
I wish we could, but we've only got the 1 frequency code. There's no way to test it without actually jacking into the Institute signal. And as soon as we do that, we've used our one and only chance. As soon as the Institute figures out what we did, and I gotta believe those brainiacs won't be caught napping twice, that code we've got is useless.
Let's
Ready.
do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Getting cold feet? I don't blame you.
Let me just quickly check. Right, let's do this.
Ah, damn it. Now I've got to calibrate everything all over again.
Hey, Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure?
Right.
I'll start scanning. I'm ready when you are.
Let's do this. I can't move.
Okay. Hold
Here we go.
real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to.
Yeah, that's the idea.
This holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds.
Huh.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry.
Yeah, it might be an idea.
Tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Oh shit. Question is, have I been brought through on my own? Or did Piper get dragged through with me? Whoa! I'm on my own at the moment. Oh bugger, I forgot the name of it. What was the name of the damn holotape? Network scanner holotape. Okay. I've got so many holotapes. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like I got taken through on my own, so I don't have to worry about Piper.
Hello.
Hello? Who's that?
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Okay.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
Yeah.
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
Whoa.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground.
Oh yeah, because you kidnap
Someday,
people and
perhaps,
replace them.
we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
Okay.
But that could wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Damn.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
I'm your dad.
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
What do you want me to do, Sean? What can I do?
I don't know you. Go
Oh.
away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father?
He was a baby when they took him.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
He's a synth.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional.
I'm armed.
And that your journey
Be very
here
careful
will
with what
fraught
you say.
challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Where's my
I'll
son?
make this very simple. Where is my son?
He's here, in the Institute. Closer than you think. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time.
Oh!
It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How?
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy.
Oh.
You
We were in the
believed
pod for
that
longer
10
than we
years had
thought.
passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time,
Yeah.
the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course, but it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above. Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me...
the vaults.
After discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions.
But that means he's been...
Anything I can do to help you
He's been signing
understand.
off on them attacking innocent people.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage?
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you.
I was about to say, that's your mother.
Direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You used him?
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose?
Hey!
At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute
That's
took
true.
advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan.
That's why he
never
didn't seem
failed
any
the
older.
Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
Why are you?
Director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls. dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes. That is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground.
Not going to hoard all of this and let everyone wither and die up on the surface.
I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
Don't know.
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your
bioscience. That's where we
arrival,
can get
of course.
Virgil serum.
Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
Sean, about this synth.
You mean the
Yeah.
child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
Why you?
Why build it to look like you?
We've advanced the technology behind synths to a point where this struck me as an interesting variation. A new angle, if you will. Modeling it after myself seemed only natural, what with the Institute's records on my genetics and physiology. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version.
Wow.
What
All
do you
being
think?
down here really has
Do you
warped
think
your
you could
mind.
Love him? Like you would a real boy?
This is
Dunno.
all... It's just too much. I just don't know anymore.
I understand. You've been through quite a lot. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
Sean.
Let your surroundings be a reminder of what science and willpower can accomplish.
I didn't see that twist coming. Right, I am... Yeah. I'm fucking speechless after that. Yeah. So, Sean, the kid we've been looking for, is actually a 60-year-old man who's running the Institute. That's a hell of a bombshell. I think I'm going to end this episode here, guys. Have a quick look around, see if I can find where these station heads are. And I'll freeze lag. And then I'll pick it up when I've actually found them. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you want to see more content like it. As always, there'll be a link to the full playlist in the description, and I hope to see you next time. Adios!